Hi everybody, my name's Mark. Welcome to the den here at Friendship Shaving. Come on in, I have a lot to talk about today. I'm going to start by showing you the razor that I'm going to be shaving with today. It is the new safety razor from Gillette. It is the King C Gillette razor and it comes in this box, as you can see. Now I know that lots of other guys are reviewing and showing this razor, so really I'm just adding my voice to the collective. But it is a very nice looking razor. You can see that it is etched on the top there, but it is done so in a subtle colour. The head itself is a mature styled head, definitely very different from the Mueller head that was on the previous release from Gillette, the Gillette Heritage. And the handle itself reminds me a little bit of a mature handle in this bright chrome with the rounded end here. It's one of those handles that looks slippy but isn't. Now I don't know if it is mature or not. I'm just saying that that's what it reminds me of. The head is very reminiscent of a mature head. Let me hold that closer so you can see. And just on that note, did you know that Dovo Makur announced their insolvency and have gone bankrupt as of April this year? Just to put that in the mix. Now I want to talk about the soap that I was going to use for today's shave. I'm going to use a citrusy soap today because I've got a really nice citrus aftershave balm to show you. So I was going to use my grooming department Valencia, and I've obviously put the lid on when it was still damp and bacteria has grown on the soap, and I thought I would show you what that looks like. This is the first time I've ever done this. And there we are, you can see that the bacteria has taken hold of that soap and it really smells unpleasant. I've never had that before, ever. Oh, it does smell unpleasant as well, so I will be scraping that out later to see how far that goes down. I hope it's just on the surface, but we shall see. So that led me to a soap sample that I have. It led me to rediscover this sample, Visions and Revisions it is called, by the Storybook Soap Works, and I'll be using that today. I'll be using my Frank Shaving G4 brush. I love this knot. It still remains one of my favourite knots, and I've got that soap sample pressed into my Old Spice mug. It is a very, very soft soap. And it is called Visions and Revisions because it is named after a poem by T.S. Eliot, the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. And there is a line in that poem that says, "Time yet for 100 indecisions and for 100 visions and revisions before taking of toast and tea." And this soap is based on a dark tea scent with citrus. It starts with bergamot, orange and lemon on top of dark black tea and an earthy lavender, and apparently it builds to a citrusy, earthy Earl Grey. Well, it doesn't smell like any Earl Grey I've ever tried, or any bergamot scented soap I've tried before, but you can definitely pick up the bergamot and the orange and lemon all mixed together very nicely. And I can definitely smell beneath that there is something dark and earthy. Whether that scent will come out more during the shave, we shall have to see. I can't remember what this soap is like. I've only used it once before. And just to tell you that the Storybook Soapworks is donating 25% of sales to a justice fund for Black Lives Matter, should that interest you. Now let's get this soap on. It smells beautiful actually. There we are. And we'll add a drop of water to this. The aftershave balm is a Mediterranean citrus, and it's going to match up actually pretty perfectly with this soap, I think. Now, I touched on this last week, using this painting method to build a lather. I did it in a week, and I just did that until I got the lather that I wanted. I didn't splay my brush at all. It took a while, but it was certainly very relaxing. I used a soap that I was familiar with, and I seem to be able to add quite a lot more water to the soap than usual, and yet still have a very dense lather. The result is a fantastic shine on the soap and a phenomenal slickness. Better than any I've ever experienced before, so it would be interesting to try that again and just see if it is this particular method, or whether I just need to spend a little more time than usual working the soap. This was what I found. It was this that just kept making the soap shinier and shinier. Very enjoyable way to build a lather. As long as you're not in a hurry, of course. I think that will suffice for the moment. Now, I was very glad to receive this razor, and I have to say that I like it. I like it a good deal, and that really has surprised me. I must admit that I wasn't much interested when Gillette came out with this. I really like my Heritage, I was happy with that. This is quite different to the Heritage in some respects. So I'm going to open it up now, and you can see when I open it that there is a piece of paper that says, please read manual and remove paper before use. And it says that in German and English. That comes in a box with a pack of these fine grooming razor blades from the King C Gillette range, and that I've used this one 4 times. I like them very much indeed. I find for me they are really very smooth. There was a very slight roughness for a couple of strokes on literally the first pass, and then that disappeared, and it has been a very nice blade indeed. So we'll pop that in. There we are. There is a slight little bit of overhang just on that edge there that you can see, just to make you aware of that. And we shall get going. Now this is a mild razor. I think Gillette actually have been very wise in producing a mild razor, or another mild razor, should I say. It's interesting that the focus of Gillette's marketing for this razor is on shaping and edging a beard. And in fact, on the box itself it says designed for edging with closed comb, and on the back of the box, that was on the front of the box. Let me read what's on the back of the box. It says, delivers ultimate precision for edging, sideburns and strong beard lines. And when you look on the Gillette UK website, that certainly is their focus. It is among the beard care products, which is a strange thing, I feel. But it nevertheless shaves very nicely. And if you like a mild razor, I think you will certainly like this one. It reminds me very much of a Merkur 34C. Now it's been a long while since I've shaved with a Merkur 34C, but it seems to be definitely around that level. I'm finding the angle to be very intuitive and easy to find. And actually, it's just a pleasure to use it. I think this will likely be a big seller for Gillette, and if it appears in the supermarkets and the chemists next to or as an alternative to their cartridge razors, I think it'll get a lot of gentlemen trying it, picking it up and taken it home, especially for the price. And this one was £16, and that included delivery. Now there was a 20% reduction on the original price of £20, so got a very, very good deal, and to be honest, that's what tempted me. But I have to say that I am glad I've bought it. Now it is mild enough that for me, I've been able to play around a little bit with my usual routine. I think you can hear it's taken the hair off pretty well. It is a little bit of a weighty razor. There is, let me just look, 30.7 grams in the head and 70.9 grams in the handle. So it is 102 grams or thereabouts overall. And the weight of the razor is definitely a little bit in the handle. The balance point is about there, so it's quite nice to hold though with this one directional knurling. It's just not slippy at all. It's not how you imagine when you look at it. I've certainly had no problems with grip. And to my surprise, I quite like the weighty handle, although I don't usually. Like a razor that is particularly handle heavy. This is quite reasonably balanced. Even with this heavy handle, I find it a pleasure to hold it, to be honest with you. And maybe you saw from me holding it up earlier, but it is well made, well finished. It fits together very nicely. I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed. If Gillette are offering a razor like this for, well, £16, as I said, was what I got it for, but with the finish it's got on it, I think it'll likely put paid to a lot of manufacturers that produce cheap razors that don't get that level of finish. Now I believe the handle is made in China, and it may be that the head is as well. It just seemed strange that it had German instructions on the leaflet or on that slip of paper. Now it is a mild razor, so I have found as I've been using it that I need to be careful, because there is the tendency there to go over the same spot repeatedly. However, this is a razor that you can buff with very successfully. And for me, that will do, I think. That was a very nice shave. I must say, a very nice, easy, pleasant shave. It's not a razor that's going to shake the world, but it's very nice. It's well designed and comfortable to use. It's very comfortable to use. And I've got a very nice shave indeed. I've just missed a couple of bits here, and this is the area where you're tempted to go back and just get those little bits, and sometimes you just go back once too often. No need for any Allen today, I can assure you. Now my balm, I think it's in the cupboard. So excuse me a minute, I'm just going to go below my sink and pull that out because I really want to share it with you. Back in a moment. Hey ho, here we are. I've got it. Sorry about that. What's that saying? The best made plans of mice and men. Anyway, I've got this Citrus Kiss from Executive Shaving. It is another product that I like from Executive Shaving. Wasn't sure about this one. It is a very large container of balm, and it has a dispenser on the top, so literally all I need is one squirt, which is that much. That's tin or something like that. So yeah, it smells very nice. It smells very much of Lucky Tiger. It's got that Mediterranean citrus, that lemon and orange, slightly more orangey. It's nice and thin. It feels, it's not too greasy, but when you put it on, there's a little bit of sting in it. So I know I've had a very good shave actually, and this is the area where I don't often get. It's pretty good there with that razor. Now I know I went against the grain twice on my neck. I'm not quite BBS. Like running up there, there's a little bit and a little bit there, but it's a nice shave with this new Gillette razor, and I have enjoyed it. I think it'll be a hit. I think a lot of guys will try this, and I think that's what it's about. Promoting our hobby. That's the way we have to look at it. Our hobby or our interest. I think a lot of guys are going to get into the way we shave with different soaps and different brushes from all these wonderful artisans because they went to the supermarket or the chemist and perhaps tried this razor for the first time. Anyway, that's my shave. I think it was a good one. You look after yourself. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you around. All the best.